Hello everyone, this is Mireille Sula, the founder of Global Woman, a global platform that is helping women all around the world to build their confidence and grow their business. And here I am with a fantastic businesswoman that has built not one business but several successful business and international. Here I am in her setting. We have just launched this book, the 50 Inspiring Stories of Migrant Women from Struggle to Success. She's a migrant woman herself, a global woman, a woman that belongs to the whole universe. Her achievements are just outstanding. Pam Eudaric,
I wouldn't say all that.
You are so impressive.
Thank you very much.
So, how did you start how did it come from your first idea and to make that idea come into reality and to multiply that idea again and again and again and to build these empires that you have created today?
That's interesting. Each one just came out of a necessity. So that's hard to say. It just comes from me. It's just
when did you discover that real you? And I really like when you say comes from me, because this sounds so authentic. Mm-hmm. When did you see the first signs that yes, without shouting, I can start making things happen? Because this is how I understood you. You don't need to take a microphone to tell the world the amazing things you do. You just do things quietly.
Exactly. I really believe in yes. So I don't tell myself no. I don't tell my children no. I don't tell people that I meet no. I think the answer should always be yes. So first you need to decide what you want to do. And then after you decide what you want to do, just be open to yes. I can tell you no, and you sit because you think it's a command. And that's because we've been told no since we were 2. No, you're too small. No, don't touch that. No, that's too high. No, get down from that. So no is a command. And they say the terrible twos, all the 2-year-old says is no, 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 no. And they say, oh, he's terrible too. No, we taught him to be terrible too. He didn't know any words when he came here. We taught him no. So I think what we need to do is hear yes. Be open to the possibilities that the world has to offer, the possibilities that the world gives us all every day. And if you're open to yes, you can do all things.
When did you realize that everything that starts with this yes, and this is something that nobody told us before?
I think it's just a natural way of being. One day I was obsessing over bills and problems, and I would take any piece of paper, and all over the house you'd see what bills I owed, when they were due, what was the interest rates, and I made myself tired thinking about all my problems. And one day I said, okay, Pam, when all these problems are finally gone, what are you going to do? And it forced me into keeping track of what I wanted, the possibilities there are. And so I say to everyone, you need to sit down for 2 weeks, because it's harder than it sounds. Spend 2 weeks thinking about all the things you want. What do you want from your spirit? What do you want from your body? What do you want for your future? What about education? How about relationships? How do you want to give back to society? So all these things that you want for your life, think about them. Because most of us just float through life and like flotsam. And then you hit an outcropping and you're stuck there for a little while until the water pushes you forward. So stop floating, stop being flotsam, and get oars in the water. Think, what do you want? What do you want? So I tell women this is a joke. A guy walks by and he says, oh, you're lovely. And that becomes their next boyfriend. Really? But if you think about it, I want somebody who's funny. I want someone who's educated. I want someone who's nice. I want someone with this moral character. You think about who you want before, and then when the guy comes and says, you're cute, you think, is that him? You can decide yes or no, because you know what you want. And by the same token, if the guy you want is way across the street on the other side, you can say, oh, there he is, and you can go towards him and go get him. You don't have to wait to have him bump into you.
So you are saying once you connect with yourself and you understand your true self and you understand what you really deserve, then everything that you have been seeking, they come just across the road and they find you.
And not what you deserve, because all of us deserve everything all the time. It's not what we deserve. It's what do you want? Because I think we're all perfect. We're all just perfect human beings. And so just think, what is it you'd want? And if you want it, go get it. You know? But we have to be
this is how
open.
you made things happen? You discovered first what you want, but I don't think it's just a little wish. It's a desire. It's a fire.
It's
a
so
fire inside.
easy. And for example, one time I wanted to build a house, and so I went looking around for builders, and they irritated me. You know, one last contractor said some amount and 13,000, and I thought, and 13,000? What's that 13,000 for? And in my head, I heard him say, and 13,000, because he says, I'm the builder and I get to decide the price, and so 13,000. Really? So I thought, no, I'm going to build my own house. And so I went into every house that was being built, and I talked to every subcontractor, and I researched on the web, how do you become a builder? And I looked up everything, and I formed a company. It's called Joe Carter Construction.
Wow.
I named it after my grandfather. I made my own website, and it's so simple. And I made a company, Joe Carter Construction, and then I went and I found all my subs, and I built my own house. That's the first thing I ever built in my life. And I built a house, and people were afraid. You can't build a house, Pam. Why not? I want to build a house, so I built one. You see? Whatever you want to do, just go do it. What do you want to do?
You are such a manifester, so it seems that once you understand what you want, you manifest things and you
go get it.
They come in to reality so easily.
And I lecture children. I say, okay, like, what do you think, for example, what do you think President Barack Obama does in the morning? I asked them. And I said, he gets up and goes potty. Because just like you, he gets up in the morning, he has to go to the bathroom. And what do you think President Obama does when he's thirsty? He drinks water, just like you. He's not anything different. He's special and wonderful, and so are you. And then after I finish talking to all the children, I make them do something for me. I say, I want you to come to me and tell me what you want, and I'm going to tell you no. And then I want you to go like this, excuse me, and walk right past. So the first one comes up, and I say, so what do you want to be? And they say, I want to be a doctor. And I say, ooh, a doctor? So blood and everything, yuck. You know how long it takes to be a doctor? And what they're just supposed to say is, excuse me. Because I tell them, do you know my last name? What do you care what I think? It's what you think. And if you want to be a doctor, you go be a doctor. And then after they tell me, excuse me, and walk past me, I turn around and I hug them. And I said, you're going to be the best doctor in the world. And that's all it is. You have to know you're going to be the best doctor in the whole world. And then that's who you are. But if you listen to me tell you no, ooh, there's too much blood. Ooh, it's too much study. Ooh, it's... Forget that.
Yes.
What do you want to be, baby? Go be that. And that's for all of us. What do you want to go do? But if you don't think about it, you won't.
But people a lot of time find excuses. I can do this because of that, and I can't. So it seems that you had a lot of excuses if you
don't want to do it.
Exactly.
If you're listening to no.
So how did you manage to find, instead of excuses, to find the reasons to
because
make
when
all
you,
these things happen?
I'm sorry, because when you tell me no, what I hear is, excuse me. I'm not interested in hearing your no. You don't get to tell me no. The only person that can tell me no is me and God. Nobody can tell me no. So when you start to tell me no, my brain just hears, and I just say, look at the time. Excuse me. And I'm off. There is no no.
But still, it hasn't been easy because we don't want to give that impression that it's just you have done your homework very well as well. You work hard, and you, for example, you are all day here at your amazing secret chocolate.
Thank you.
And you have a lot of other enterprises and engagements and activities and projects. How do you manage all these hats?
You know, I promise you, it is that easy. You just hear yes. I said in the beginning, you have to come up with a plan. And along with that plan comes a complete belief in yourself. I love you. You're the cutest Pam, the sweetest Pam. And how am I the cutest Pam? But I don't care what you think. I'm the cutest Pam there ever was. So I come up with a plan. I love myself. And then I begin. And I don't stop until I'm finished. And then when I'm finished, and I was taught this later on in life, after I'm finished, I'm supposed to say, oh, good girl.
How do you make your plans? You write your plans? Or?
I do.
Right.
I sit down and I write my plans. And I say, don't write it like fast. Give yourself time. One day, write what you want while you're eating a bowl of fruit and a glass of wine. The next day, do it with the internet. The next day, do it with a book. One of my things, do it when you're naked. Your perspective is totally different when you're naked. You know, sit down for 2 weeks and write down what do you want. Because it's not easy to decide what you want.
Yes.
Because we're so used to saying no. You can't. You're married, you can't. You're single, you can't. You're too tall, you can't. You're too short. You're too young, you're too old. You're a woman, you're a man. You're fat, you're thin. Whatever. They come up with all kind of stupid things. You know, you're not from America. Everything they tell you, but that's just no.
Yeah.
And it's just a lie. It's a lie.
And when did you discover your truth? Because to find that truth, not everybody finds it easy. So has this truth been always with you? Or did you have a mentor or somebody that has guided you?
You know, the truth came when I was so tired of writing no. Whoops, a lot moving around. I was so tired of hearing no, telling myself no, that I had to change and say yes. Because I was tired of no. I was tired of, you owe too much. You can't do that. I just got tired of telling myself no and hearing no. And I said, so what am I going to do when the answer is no? What am I going to do when the answer is yes? And then that's when I started to write down, well, when the answer is yes, what am I going to do? I'm going to, you know, I used to keep everything in a little booklet. And then I wrote it all down, as I was saying. And I lost this book. I lost this little pamphlet I was keeping. Years and years later, I found it.
Wow.
And every single thing that I had written in that book, I had it.
Oh my God.
Even one day I drew a house. I said, I'm going to get a house. And I drew this house. And I put windows here and the door here and a tree there and a tree there. And I have that house. I'm living in it. And I built it. But I forgot about my book. But I told myself, yes, this is the house you're going to have. Yes, this is who you're going to be. Yes. So I would ask everybody, just believe in yourself. Know that you're the best, cutest, smartest thing you ever were. And you don't, you know, I'm going to tell you, I don't scream it out at the world, I'm the best. But I feel it in my soul. I feel you're the best. You know, it's not just me, it's all of us. You're the best. And I believe it. And I hold it true and dear because it's important. And yes, what do you want to do? Yes, go do it. And so I never tell my kids no. I never do. I tell them yes.
Wow.
And go figure out a way to do it. Make a plan. And then begin and complete it. And then I say, good girl.
I think we have something in common because every time that I speak, I say yes, and then you think about it.
Yes, yes.
So
exactly what I'm saying. You're exactly right. That's what I was saying. Say
and then
yes.
you sort it out later.
Yes.
After you say
You
yes.
make a plan.
Exactly.
But
Also,
say
another
yes.
thing is important why women are afraid to say yes is because they are not sure.
Because
and for
we're
me,
taught.
it doesn't matter if you are not sure or not. You have the right to change your mind. You can say yes now and take the opportunity, and tomorrow, if you change your mind, you can say, sorry, I can say no now. So
Right.
that is another thing that I resonate so much with you, and that makes sense. And I wonder why you are so amazing and successful, because you say yes to love, yes to
Yes.
life, yes to people, yes to success,
Yes.
and you are not afraid saying
No.
yes. And probably that is the message that would share
Yeah.
with women all around the world today that are watching this video.
Please say yes to yourself and love it. Yes. That's what I say to you. It's yes.
So we're going to share Pam's story at the Global Woman magazine, and you'll get to know more about her and all the enterprise and successful journey that she had as an entrepreneur. But by then, thank you very much for following Global Woman platform.
Thank you.
And we'll keep you posted because we have some great news with Pam coming very soon.
Yes, we do.
Thank
It's a
you, Pam.
secret.
Is it? Yeah, secret. So we can build another secret after chocolate soup.
Yes.